Welcome to the gear guide for New Zealand conditions. I'm Jamie Robertson, an IFMGA mountain guide. We're here to talk about upper body and the layers that we might wear when we're out on the mountain. I generally like to have a bunch of thinner layers, thin to medium weight, than one large one. On a hot day, we might be walking across the glacier. We're going to have a Glacier shirt like this. Generally, it's got a collar on it and it's going to be long sleeve so that I can protect myself from the sun. Any other time I'm out on the mountain, I'm going to have a base layer like this, which is going to keep me warm. So anything from merino or synthetic is fine. Again, it's quite thin and I want it to be long sleeve so that if I'm wearing it as my only layer, I'm not going to get burnt in the sun on the glacier. For our soft shell jackets, we want them to be breathable, have a nice fit where I can move easily. Generally a little bit of stretch in it is nice because as we're climbing we often want our hands up high, movement, and that's a critical part of getting around in the mountains. That's going to be my layers as I'm starting to find there's a little bit of wind around or it's a bit of a cooler day. We're looking between 300 to 500 grams. Nice to have a pocket in the chest, good place to keep snacks and lip balm and anything else you might want handy. As it starts to get colder, we're going to start to put on some warmer layers. This is a thin down. These are really nice to go underneath hard shell, not too thick so that as we're moving around, it don't overheat. So as conditions get a little bit cooler, we might have another thicker down jacket for those winter conditions, or if the trip is forecast to be a little bit cooler, we're going to take an extra jacket. This is often a little bit thicker, great as an emergency jacket in case we get caught out for the night somewhere. Generally we're looking at 300 to 600 grams for this, on the heavier side, but not a real heavy high altitude jacket. Hard shell, we need this for the rain and keeping the wind off. The wind often cuts through our other layers, and so this is a really good one for keeping really warm just on a windy day. Chest zips are really nice. Again, we can keep things in our pocket really easily. You'll notice there's no lower pockets in this one. Our harness is sitting over the top of our jacket, and if we've got pockets low down, we can't access that. So thus the chest pockets are really good. And the length of them is generally a little bit shorter than your tramping type jacket. On a hot day, it's really nice to have the pit zips, be able to open those up for walking around and not overheat again. One of the critical bits of the rain jacket is that the hood can go over the top of our helmet. So it needs to be a nice big fitting hood in there. Some of the rain jacket hoods won't fit over the top of a helmet. So we're looking at pants and what we'd wear when we're out on the mountain. These are a soft shell pant. These are what I'm going to wear 90% of the time. Nice stretch pants are good so that I can move around, and generally reasonably light. So I'm looking for a medium lightweight, 300 to 500 gram range is usually pretty good. I really like a pocket in here. This is great for my lip balm so I can access that easily while I'm out and about. Anything else I might want in there, a snack or something like that as I'm out climbing. These are my hard shell pants. Only when the weather's starting to get bad, but they're great for when the wind picks up or if I'm caught out trying to get back to the hut in the rain. I'm looking at a full length zip in here so that I can get them on over the top of my crampons. Again, they're a medium to lightweight pant. I don't want insulation in here, otherwise when I'm walking I'm going to overheat. As a range, looking at roughly 300 to 600 grams. For around the hut, if we've got a hut day or if it's really cold, a merino or wool pant is fantastic. Something to keep a little bit warmer that can go underneath my climbing pants. That way I'm just that little bit warmer. Generally I find I don't wear them out climbing because I'm going to overheat. We're here to talk about the neck and head. We're going to want a neck gaiter that's going to cover our face and protect ourselves from the sun. These can sometimes be a little tricky to breathe through, so if you can find one that is a mesh you can breathe through, that's great. Protection also includes a hat. Be careful of knobs in the top of your hat. When you've got your helmet on, really hurts after a couple of hours. The wide brim hats are great. If you can get one that covers the back of your neck as well, that's really useful too. Warm layers, same thing, warm hat. Make sure there's nothing on the top. A big pom-pom, not going to work underneath your helmet. And on a cold day, you're going to put this on underneath your helmet, so you want something that's going to fit really well. Sunglasses are key for not getting snow blind. You want category 3 or 4, so you've got good protection from the sun and good side protection or wraparound so that the sun can't come in from the side at all. Goggles, if it's a windy, stormy day, sunglasses don't work that well, so goggles can be the only way to get back to the hut. I'm looking at light lens in there, yellow or orange lens, and the non-reflective, they're for bad weather, not for your sunny day. Talk about socks. Generally carry 3 pairs of socks. I'm going to wear one pair for changing out for climbing in, and then one pair for around the hut. In terms of fitting to your boots, if you're going to have rental boots, then sometimes it's useful to wear a couple of pairs of socks to make sure the fit is good. Generally you want wool or synthetic sock. Cotton is not a good fabric. You tend to sweat in them and they're not as good as something that is designed for the colder temperatures, which is more your wool and your synthetic. You definitely want a longer sock. It needs to come up and protect the shin so that when you're front pointing and moving around, you're not going to bang your shin with no socks in there. Hopefully you found this series useful. Go to Alpine Guide's website for more information.